All right, so today's question of the day comes from That Purple, which is a little bit different because it's usually like Future Sailor Blank, but today it's That Purple, and he or she asks, what is my favorite part about being in the Navy? So it's not the typical video that you see about, here, let me share with you some tips. And today, it's let me share with you a little background on me, okay? So two things that I really like about being in the military so far. Number one is finances. Because when I was a civilian, I had a full-time job and I had a part-time business that I personally ran with some buddies of mine on the side. And I was doing really well for my age at 19, 20 to 21. And I was able to pay off my car, monthly pay off my car, different bills and expenses. At the same time, be able to pay for school in cash. And at the end of the month, be able to save right about $300 each month. But the trade-off was I was working, at bare minimum 40 to 55 hours each week. So I was hustling. I was working a lot. And at one point, I remember distinctly, it was November 10th of 2014. I was sitting down in my school's library. It was right about 7 p.m. And I said to myself, you know what? This isn't so fun anymore. And so I dropped everything because my stress level was really high. And I dropped everything. And I said, you know what? Let me look at different things. When nothing goes right, go left. So I decided to head to the complete opposite direction. Something I never thought about doing. And here I am in the military. So Right now, I don't work crazy hours. I'm not stressed. At the same time, I'm able to save consistently at bare minimum $1,000 and sometimes even more. Because when I was a civilian, I had to pay all these, school, different insurance and different expenses like car and all these type of stuff. So money is pouring out, right? But in the military, you don't need a car. If you need to go to work, they provide the transportation for you. If you want to go to school, they pay you to go to school in terms of tuition assistance. So there is no expenses if you so choose to. Some people in the military choose to have high expenses because they want fancy cars and that kind of stuff. So they choose to have all these high expenses, and some of these people I know only have $20 in the bank account. Okay, so for me, I really love and enjoy my time right now, the time of relaxation, of not having to worry about, am I going to make ends meet next month, okay? And number two is I have a lot of free time, right? Not working crazy hours. I mean, sometimes in the Navy you work crazy hours, but for the most part, you go to work, you do your job, and then you go back home. Right? So for me, I'm utilizing this time I have right now to be able to look back at my life and analyze, what led to that point? What led to that decision? What kind of environment was I in? What kind of people was I associating myself with that had different values of me that was shaping my life in a direction that I didn't want to be in? Right? So I'm analyzing my life. At the same time, I am reading a lot of books, getting a lot of new knowledge, and trying to forge out different paths for myself. At the same time, one of the biggest things that I enjoy doing is with YouTube. I do a little bit with YouTube. I'm not full-time like I would like to be. I'm just doing a little bit, the bare minimum that I feel that I'm doing, and just making few videos here and there. And so that personally for me, I really, really enjoy that about the military. Not really having a lot of worry about expenses, at the same time having a lot of free time compared to when I was a civilian. But for me, the military career is not the life for me. There's military 20 years, that's for a good amount of people in the military, but for me personally, not for me. Not because I hate it. This is easy. This is easy, in my opinion. This is easy. Coming to work, doing as you're told, you're coming home, and then you get paid well. So many people in the military complain about not being paid enough. And not in my opinion. They just spend way too much than they earn. Just like, civilians, and they complain about, I don't earn enough, and they, want to increase their expenses, increase their income, they want to be paid more at their job, flipping burgers or whatever. Not that I'm not knocking on if some of you flip burgers or something, but just to give you an example. But so that is the two things that I really enjoy about me personally being in the military, and just sharing with you a little bit about my background and a little bit about me. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great Navy Day.